What's up, guys? It's the Bowtie Man here, and what we're reviewing today is Remind. Now, you can tell that I now have a green screen for my videos. Next time, though, I love Plickers, but I wore my Plickers shirt today not thinking that it's green, and so it would show up crazy on video. So that's why I look like a little bit of a floating head. But here is, Remind doesn't really have a straight up hype video, but this is the one that they use on their website. So we're going to watch Remind's hype video.
My name is Amy Chow and I work at Oakstead Elementary. I teach first grade and I've been using the Remind app to communicate with my parents. I picked the Remind app because it's just a very simple way for me to give parents quick updates. Not every parent wants to read a lengthy email every night, and so the app allows me to send text messages straight to their smartphone. They're just quick, it doesn't have to be wordy, and it gets straight to the point.
It is giving me a place of ease that I know what's going on a daily basis with my child.
It's just a really good way for parents to feel connected with what's going on in our classroom.
It makes me feel like the teacher is very invested in my child, which is very important as a parent. Monday through Friday, my son spends more time at school with the teacher than he does with me. And so it's very important to me that I feel like he has a teacher that cares about him and is invested in his social, academic, well-being, and development.
I send them just reminders that I preset, I schedule. For example, if Fridays are Green Spirit Days, I'll send that. I also send them just things to look out for that are coming home that are very important. For example, when report cards or certain forms are going home, I'll send reminders about be on the lookout for those things. If we go on field trips, I'll send them picture updates about what we're doing. For example, when we were on the hayride, I was like, this is our hayride, and I took a picture of the whole class on that and just the different things we were learning throughout the day on the field trip.
I liked knowing that my son made it to the field trip safely on the bus and looking at the pictures right away throughout the day.
When they need to have a crazy sock day, they have crazy sock day. And when they have to have a silly hat, they have silly hats, and they're not left behind because their parents know what's going on in school and they're on track.
Or I wouldn't mind getting 8 to 10 texts a day. You know, it's a quick and easy way, and it helps me feel involved, even though I might be at work or doing something else in my child's life and education.
And I always send things like have a good weekend. It's just a good way to keep a rapport with my parents. I want them to feel like, you know, they're kind of part of my family this year.
This is my son's first year in a public school, and I think it is very, very different dropping them off at a private school. You have face-to-face time with the teacher every single day, and it was very hard for me as a parent to put him on a bus and not see him till he gets off the bus and not have any face-to-face time every day with the teacher. And I feel like this is a great way to keep in touch and let the parents know that you are invested in the children and their success. And it really makes me feel good about my decision, and it makes me feel like my son got the best teacher that he could possibly get.
All right, so what Remind does. Remind is a tool that allows you to communicate safely and effectively through text message. You actually text through the app and no one ever sees your phone number as a teacher. So my take, first off, this is a great tool because you communicate the way kids do. Kids communicate through text messages, adults communicate through text message. This allows you to do it safely and easily. I think Remind's also great because it's easy to sign folks up. Basically, they text a code to a number and then they sign up for your class. But they can sign up through email and they can sign out a couple of different ways too. It also gives the message a couple of different ways. They can actually get these notifications through email and not just text message, which I think is really cool. It's a really cool way to communicate. One of their features I really like a lot is a feature called office hours, where basically you set a time where people can come on there and then it's two-way, where you can go, like a kid or a parent can message you and you can actually message them back. And so having that two-way messaging can be really great because you can add bell ringers and all kinds of other things to it that the kids can reply to. It can be a great way for teachers to review. One of the things I really like about Remind as a company is that they're very careful in what they do. Obviously, when you talk about text messages, there are a lot of things that can be a little iffy with that, especially when you go two ways. And so Remind has put a lot of things in place and was very careful before they added communication back to the teacher, from the teacher and back to the teacher, because obviously there could be some issues with that. And so I really appreciate their carefulness. And I think that's the thing about them as a company. I've met a lot of the people that work for their team. They're just naturally good people who care about teachers and care about doing good work. And that's what you really need in education technology. You need good people who care about doing good work. And so some questions for them is, where do they go from here? Their text messaging app works great, but in order for them to keep going, where do they move from here? And I think you'll see them get into things like permission slips, get into things like payments. Eventually, all that stuff will come down the line. Some of those may be their paid features, because the big question with a lot of these companies is, what are they going to do to make money? And so I think you'll see some additional features added to Remind in the coming years to go and have a source of income for them. I think another big question for them is, how do they hold off some competitors? Obviously, text messaging, they are really the first on the market with the text messaging part of communication, and so that's why they have been very prolific and very prolific in users. But just like anything, you see people who come and basically take a concept and they go and they add more features to it. But the thing about some of those is, if you're not adding features carefully, especially when you go into text message, or if you're just saying everything's free from the start, how are you going to be able to survive, and how are you going to have a source of income? And I think that's what's really interesting about this space as far as text messaging communication. So my overall education take, Remind is a must-have in the classroom. It's a must-have at any level because it's easy to communicate with both parents and kids, especially in the high school level where every kid has a cell phone. This is an absolute must-have because it's easy to do. I actually used to send my bell riggers and exit tickets out in the mornings through Remind, so that way the kids had it right off the bat when they get to school. Basically, I put them in a Google form and I just send them off through Remind. It was super, super easy to do. So that's the review on Remind. Thanks for watching.